I don't know what that is. Good evening and welcome to Always Kiss Me Goodnight. I am Jacqueline Andrade, your marriage, sex, and relationship guru, and I am super excited to be back. It has been a rough week and a half. It has been a really rough week and a half, but thank you and welcome to Wakanda. Hi guys, thank you so very much for watching. I am Jacqueline Andrade and I am your marriage, sex, and relationship guru, and I have the awesome privilege and opportunity to be able to teach women how to have amazing sex. So I'm going to just let Facebook do what it does and build an audience. And I can't really see that good, so I'm going to take, oh, I can't see that good, but you can see my the glare on my glasses. How's it look, guys? Does it look okay? Can you send me some love? Hey, Sister Tucker. How does it sound? Can you guys hear me okay? I'm going to turn the music off. It's taking us to Wakanda. Can you let me know how I sound, please, and if there are any glitches? And are my glasses giving too much glare? Because if it is, I'll take them off. But I really can't see. So, I am Jacqueline Andrade, your marriage, sex, and relationship guru. Thank you guys so very much for hopping on this evening. We are going to take a quick trip to Wakanda. And I'm sure plenty of you guys, oh, you hear the music. All right, good. Hey, Sis Lorraine, Dr. Pitts. Thank you so very much. Oh, thank you. Thank you so very, very much. That was the goal I was going for, Queen. So we are going to talk tonight about, let me rewind because I'm super excited to be back on. I haven't been on in about a week and a half because life around me was happening. And as a queen, y'all know that happens, right? It happens regardless of how well you plan, how whatever you do, how well you play, it doesn't even matter. Life around you is still going to happen. But as queens, we have to still press through it. So I wanted to talk to you. Thank you so very much. Thank you. I wanted to talk to you ladies tonight just about our role with our man being our Black Panther. And salute to my Black Panther, the Black Panther of my household, because let me tell you, he is fine and holding it down. Hey, Desiree from Miss Florida. So I am Jacqueline Andrade, your marriage, sex, and relationship guru. And I try to be as current as possible when we are doing our broadcast. And since I have to take these off because it's getting on my nerves. Since I have not been on for a week and a half, we have been in the ER. We have been to sprains, strains, and fractures for a rolled ankle. We have had a senior in high school who is, at the pivotal stage of making high school choices, have an opportunity to be able to explore different things. And so life has just been crazy and chaotic, and I'm still working full time and I'm still caring for my mom. And I got so many other things going on. I got Comfy Bear that I'm doing for victims that have been abused. And when I say it has just been crazy. And sometimes you just have to take a step back. We're planning a 30-year reunion, high school reunion. So we're in the midst of doing that on top of writing and completing the second phase of a book, while one is about to be launching the end of this month. The other one, we're doing the final phase of. Y'all, when I say it's been crazy, so I have missed y'all, and I thank you so very much for hopping back on and just hanging out with me this evening. I promise I am not going to be very long, but I do want to talk to us about the importance of our role. Thank you. Wakanda forever. So in light of everything, I hope by now everyone has had an opportunity to see this beautiful love story of I mean, you name it, it had it in there. Action, love, commitment, betrayal, lies, deceit, deception, strength, wisdom, power, honor, like you name it, this movie was phenomenal. So I wanted to talk to y'all know my heart is for who? The women. And if you guys have not already, please share this video, because you know what we always say, sharing is caring. And I hope this video finds you guys in a place of peace and safety and rest. I am on the East Coast and we got hit with snow, a lot of down power. My husband came home from work. It took him 3 hours, which normally takes him about maybe 40 minutes. 3 hours. He said literally he probably on one strip of the road saw 20 accidents. So, and even our school is closed tomorrow because of a lot of down trees and things that happen in our town that caused havoc. So I'm grateful that we are safe, and I pray that you guys are safe, and I pray that everyone that is being affected by this snowstorm finds themselves in a place of gratefulness, you know, because it doesn't have to be like this. So I'm just over the moon about so many things going on right now. And hello, Queen. Hey, Miss Angela. And I really just want, oh, thank you so very much. I really just want us to take a step back. I tend to be very reflective in my life. And so when things like the movie Black Panther comes out, it causes me to really think about what I'm doing in life, how am I impacting life, would my ancestors that died, would they be proud of what I'm doing? Are my kids and my grandkids and my grandkids, will they be proud to say their grandmother, great grandmama did whatever? And what kind of imprint are we leaving and legacy are we leaving for the generations that come after us? So after watching the movie, and I went twice because, you know, I just had to see it again. But what are we saying to, what kind of household are we living in? What stamp of approval am I putting on my house, my husband, and myself? And of course, nonetheless, my kids, because ultimately they are who we're going to pass the torch and move forward. Are you guys getting a lot of glitches? Is there a lot of glitching in this video? I hope not, because it feels like it is on my end, but I hope not. Can somebody just let me know if you guys are hearing this okay and seeing it okay? Because if not, I might have to readjust it. Hopefully that is not the case. But if you have not already, please share this video. And we are going to, see, look, the police outside. I don't know what is going on in there. Maybe there was an accident. I don't know. But anyway, thank you, Angela. Thank you so very much. So, Black Panther. Everybody by now, I believe, knows what Black Panther is, who Black Panther is. So I took it upon myself to kind of look up the characteristics of what the Black Panther is. And in doing that, I get that my husband is the head of my household, and I am totally super over the moon about that and accept that 100%. I accept the fact that he is raising, or we are raising our boys to be heads of their household and understand what it means to walk in, live in integrity and in honor and in their own truth and being true to themselves. So my question to you ladies, and you know I'm always talking to the ladies, gentlemen, I so appreciate you being on here tonight, and I appreciate you sharing the videos. But I always like to talk to the women, because as women, we set the tone in the household. We set the precedents. We set the mood, for lack of a better word. If mama's in a good mood, everybody's in a good mood. If mama can take care of everybody, then everybody's going to be taken care of. But listen, if mama's needs are not being met, your household is going to be a little bit like this. Okay? And I often say that is why I feel like when God created Eve, when Eve showed up, everything was already taken care of for her. Eve wasn't running out to the grocery store. Adam bought everything to Eve. Eve wasn't Eve wasn't trying to figure out, some things. Everything Eve needed when she showed up on the scene, y'all, everything she needed was already there. Adam had already provided everything that she needs. So as Black Panther husbands, we expect them the characteristics of a Black Panther husband. And I hope that every woman gets to at least experience one of these qualities in their husband. And then we're going to talk about what it means to be a queen in your household and how that affects you. So the characteristics of the Black Panther. First of all, he's very strong. If you saw in the movie, even when he had a moment of wavering in his, and I don't want to tell the movie because not everybody might have seen it already, but even when he was challenged, he still was strong. He had to take a minute to step back and regroup and see what was going on and recalibrate. And sometimes we have to do that even in our own households. So I'm asking you tonight, have you stepped back? Do you need to recalibrate your household? And if you do, what steps are you taking to recalibrate your household? Are you taking a mental assessment about what is going on in your own household? Do you know what your kids are watching? Do you know where your kids are? Do you know who your kids' friends are? Have you been on your kids' Snapchat account? Do you have access to your kids' passwords? Matter of fact, do you have access to your own husband's passwords? Oops. Yes, I said it. Here's the thing, ladies. Y'all are supposed to be one flesh, right? And I ain't trying to get nobody in no argument tonight. Don't ask them for the password tonight. Because that is something that you have to grow into. But as the Black Panther of your household, there should be nothing that you hide from your queen. Because guess what happens when you ain't here? The queen got to hold it down. And if the queen can't get access to all the stuff that she needs, guess what, brothers? How we going to run this kingdom? How we going to run this here kingdom? Can somebody please explain it to me? Can somebody please explain it to me? So if you don't have your spouse's password, I will show you how to get that with integrity. And this is what you're going to do in order to get that. You're simply going to ask him, honey, I need your passwords. And then when he say, no, I can't do that. I can't do that. Because some of these men, and my husband was the same way in the beginning. When we first got married, because you know why? He didn't trust me. He didn't trust me. For the first probably 4 years of our marriage, I didn't have passwords. I didn't even have a key to his car. I just didn't. I felt some type of way about it. But here's the reality of it. He didn't trust me. And you know why he didn't trust me? Because in past relationships, the women he dealt with, he didn't trust them, because when he did trust them, they cheated or they didn't do good by him. So naturally, when he came to a relationship with me, he just assumed every relationship was going to be like that. And he didn't know that he could trust me with things that were important to him. So over time, and me showing him and loving on him well unconditionally, and showing him that you can trust me, that we are a team, and that we yes that we are a team, and that we do work we do play for the same team, and we want the same anticipated outcome, and that's for us to win at everything we do. So have you recalibrated your life? Have you recalibrated your family and your relationship as the queen of your household? What have you done to make sure that your household, your kingdom here on earth, your kingdom where you lay your head at every night, is running smoothly? Because that's what queens do, right? We make sure it's running smoothly. Now, I'm not saying I'm not saying that you have to be an unrealistic superhero, but I am saying that you will have to be. We are superheroes anyway. Just by being a mom, you're a superhero. By being a wife, you're a superhero. By being a woman, you're a superhero. Can I get an amen? Like, this does not come easy. It doesn't come easy. All of us struggle with something in our marriages, in our relationships, and even within our own little kingdoms here on earth. We struggle. But you have to be honest with your spouse, with your Black Panther. And you know what? Your Panther could even be white. Guess what? He the head of your household. You take good care of him, is what the bottom line is. Take good care of whoever is head of your household, okay? And ladies, once again, I'm talking to you because my charge is to make sure that you have the tools that you need in order to make sure your household runs smoothly. All right, characteristic number 2 of the Black Panther. He, the real characteristics of the Black Panther, the reality is that it is a dying breed. The breed of the Black Panther is becoming obsolete, y'all. And that made me sad because not only is it beautiful and majestic to look at and scary at the same time, but if we don't do something to protect it, it's going to die off and never be, it's only going to be just like the dinosaurs, something that we once knew. And we don't want that to happen. So we don't want our spouses, our husbands, our mates, the ones that are head over our household, we don't want them to be a dying breed. We want them to continue to live strong and powerful and majestic and be the head of our household and be men of integrity and honor and of strength and of wisdom. So the second thing, that the characteristics of the Black Panther is that it's a dying breed, and we have to do whatever we can to preserve that breed. Number 3, they are powerful. The Black Panther by nature is just powerful. It is not necessarily the fastest animal, but it is a powerful animal and can take down twice as its weight. And it can be up to 100 pounds. That's pretty awesome, y'all, for a doggone cat. All right. And the fourth thing that I want to say about the characteristics about a Black Panther, and that your Black Panther or your Panther in your household should represent, is that they overly protect who they are responsible for. So their mate and their children, they will kill and die for. Y'all heard me. The fourth characteristics, and there are other characteristics, but I just pulled out the 4 that I thought were very, very enlightening and impactful to me, and hopefully the same for you. So the 4th characteristic of the Black Panther is that they're very protective over their mate and their young. So if they make children, they're responsible for them. If they choose a wife and they marry her, they are loyal to her. They are respectful of her. They are protective of her. So men, if you are on here tonight and you are listening, please take a page from the Black Panther's characteristics and make sure that you are living with a purpose, that you are loving your spouse and being loyal to them, that you are leaving legacy for your kids and you're teaching your kids how to be men of integrity and women of honor. All right? I'm just saying. Because we cannot just go see a movie and not take away something that is impactful to our lives, that will cause us to change our lives. We can't just go and sit in the movie and be entertained. We should take away something from it. And so that's what I hope that you guys take away from that. Now, as a queen, ladies, here we go. If you're still with me, say I'm here. And if you haven't already, please share this video. Thank you guys so very much for hanging in here with me. I promise I'm not going to be much longer, but I am going to talk to you about the characteristics of a queen and why that is so important. See, this thing called marriage requires both of us. It requires both of us to be in it 100%. It requires both of us to be vulnerable, honest, afraid sometimes, and even sometimes, and I'll just say this, sometimes you have to be strong so the other person that you're with can be weak for a moment, if that makes sense. Sometimes when you're in, oftentimes when you're in a marriage setting and in a marriage relationship, a committed one, you if you're in the relationship long enough, you will see times when you will see your spouse become very vulnerable, very afraid, helpless, defenseless, and even sometimes just confused about what's going on in their life. And as queens, it is our responsibility to nurture that vulnerability. And although it may be scary and you may not see it often, when it shows up, when your man is vulnerable to something, when he is challenged with a hard situation, as a queen, what do? You A characteristic of a queen is she's wise. So the first characteristic of a queen is that she's wise. And I know if you chose the man that you chose to marry, you chose him for a reason. And guess what? He may not be the best person that you feel like right now, but give it time. Nothing stays the same. People can change. People can change. But do you have the tools that you need necessary to help to nurture that change? So when your man becomes vulnerable, and he will if you're with him long enough, how do you respond to that? And my challenge to you is that as a queen, the number one thing you have to do is respond to his vulnerability with wisdom. You have to be wise. You don't want to be afraid of what his heart is showing you, and you don't want to be judgmental about it, but you do want to nurture and you do want to love him unconditionally. Now, I know this is hard stuff for some people to handle sometimes. I get that, because not everybody is in a place of looking at what is wrong in your relationship. And some of y'all might be at the point where nothing is wrong, but ain't nothing really right either. Y'all know the look. And I'm going to say it again. Some of y'all are in a place in your relationship where nothing is really wrong, but nothing is really right either. And that's a dangerous spot to be in. And the reason why that is a dangerous spot to be in, because you don't know where your foundation is at this point. You're thinking everything's okay, but somewhere in you, you know stuff ain't right. Something just ain't feeling right. And you don't want to talk about it because you don't want to argue. You can't pinpoint what it is, but you don't want to argue. And let me tell you something. The worst thing you can do in a relationship is ignore it. You can't ignore it, because it is going to show itself to you one way or the other. I'm just saying. So I thank you guys so very much. I just want to, for those of you who are just joining, we are talking about the Black Panther in your household, and are you the queen? And we talked about the characteristics of what a Black Panther is. And real quickly, the Black Panther is strong. He protects his family. He is powerful, and he has a calculated purpose. So what he does has purpose. So if your man is in your household, is he your Black Panther? And we're not saying particularly black, but a Black Panther's characteristics. So you could be white on here and still have a Black Panther. Oh, hey, Sierra. How you doing, girl? Thanks for hopping on. So I hope that you understand that as women, if your man is the Black Panther and the head of your household, that makes you the what? The queen. The queen. And let me tell you something. The queen controls everything on the chessboard. Can I get an amen? Wakanda forever. The queen controls everything on the chessboard, right? When you could take the king and still not win the game. But if you take the queen, guess what? Game is over. So ladies, understand what your role is, understand what you have. Okay, let's talk about the four characteristics. I'm sorry. So characteristic number one of a queen is that she's wise. Wise enough to let her king, her Black Panther, be vulnerable. That means as we get older and our bodies start to do things differently, don't sabotage that man. Love on him anyway and work with what you're working with. All right, ladies, don't let your mouth get your behind in trouble, as my mama used to say. She's like, girl, don't let your mouth get your butt in trouble. So ladies, don't let your mouth get your behind in trouble. Let that man be vulnerable. If some things ain't working like they used to work when y'all first got married, guess what? Get his behind to the doctors. Help him out. What you doing to make sure you doing your part? Oh, we talking about, well, he ain't doing it the right way and he breathing hard, and I done heard the gamut of it all, okay? Well, guess what? He breathing hard probably because he about 30 pounds overweight. And what you doing to help that situation? Are you talking about him or are you trying to help him? I'm just saying we got to use wisdom, because a queen is first and foremost, she is wise, okay? So don't tear down your own household with your own hands or your mouth. Don't let your mouth get yourself in trouble, okay? Don't get your butt beat. Plus, you don't want to separate your spouse. You don't want to alienate him, right? Also, what are you cooking for him? Ooh, you better say that thing, Sierra. What are you cooking for him? She right. You right. Okay, I'm guilty because I'll be frying food still because my husband loves it. I'm guilty. But guess what? He do be working out too, so you gotta have a balance, right? All right, second characteristic of a queen is she is strong. And let me tell you something, y'all. I ain't talking about just that you can move cases of water by yourself. I ain't talking about that. But I am saying when stuff happens in the relationship, and it will, and I'm going to just be real quite frank and honest, y'all, shit is going to happen in your relationship. Here's the thing. Y'all want to have long relationships, but y'all don't want to have, in a long relationship, what you think going to happen? Shit is going to happen. Like, it is. I don't mean to be digging up the book of cuss, but like sometimes there's no other words to say, but it's just shitty. Like, it just is. It is. Relationships, marriages can be difficult because the long haul is just that, the long haul. And it's a long, heavy haul sometimes. But it doesn't have to be. You can help lighten the man's load, help to lighten your king's load, your Black Panther's load, help to lighten the load. What are you doing? Are you pulling your weight, ladies? Are you pulling your weight? Please show him that you are strong. And I'm not only just saying with I don't need no man. I'm not talking about that kind of strong, y'all. I'm talking about when an unexpected bill comes in, you got a little something tucked away that you can just be like, baby, I took care of that. Don't even worry about that. Like I'm talking about strength where if the car broke down and somebody, I don't know, the car rolled over your man, you gonna go out there and try to lift it up? Come on, y'all. I'm saying like inwardly strong, inwardly know that your relationship is worth fighting for, that you have the strength in you to love him enough to fight for him, to tell him when he's wrong in love, to give him your heart in love, to be vulnerable around him. And guess what? And no, he gonna drop your heart sometime, but be strong enough to be like, that's all right, I ain't perfect either. I'm just saying, this is what queens do. Everybody want to be a queen, but everybody can't take the responsibilities of a queen. So I know it sounds cute to say you somebody queen, but listen, actions speak louder than words, and queens produce and not seduce. Ooh. So I'm just saying, ladies, you got to be strong, you got to be wise. And number 3, you have to be resourceful. There are going to be times in your relationship, if you have kids or whether you don't, stuff is going to get hard. That's just life. I don't know. Nobody's life. Everybody is waiting for God to bless them with something. Everybody feels like they need to have something else. They are not in the perfect place in their life. Most people. Some people may find themselves in the perfect place, but guess what? That ain't gonna last long either, because it just don't. It just does not last, because this is how life goes. That's life. Life ain't this, and if it was, it would be so boring. You would be bored out of your mind. Heck, some of y'all don't went stir crazy today because y'all been in the house all day because it snowed. Some of y'all losing your mind right now. And the only reason you're on this video is because you losing your mind, because you're going to stir crazy because you've been in the house all day. Come on now. You know I'm telling the truth. But we have to be resourceful as women, as queens, not just women, but queens. There's a different status. You have to elevate yourself to queen status, okay? Queens act differently, they talk differently, they respond differently. Queens are not petty in any way, because you ain't got time. You're running a kingdom. Your whole household is your kingdom. Who got time to be on here petty? You're trying to raise kids to be godly. You're trying to raise kids that have integrity. You're trying to teach boys how to be men. Let me tell you something. Queen Nation, Black Panther Nation, our kingdom right up in here, we ain't got time for no foolishness. You ain't even got time to argue, because guess what? Pettiness is for petty people. And kings and queens are not petty people, because we don't have to go down to where the servant help is. And guess what? Ain't nothing wrong with the servant help, but everybody got a role. Know your purpose, because one of the characteristics of the Black Panther is, guess what? He's purposeful. He know his role. He know what he's supposed to be doing. Oops. So elevate your standards, ladies. All right? To queen status. Don't only say it. Don't only talk about it. Be about it. What are you doing to elevate your status to queen status? Don't be cussing nobody out, although sometimes it feels like it's necessary. Don't do it. And I'm not exempt from any of this. I'm trying. I am a work in progress. I can say I don't argue with my husband as much as I used to, because I got 20 years under my belt. Some stuff ain't even worth arguing about. Guess what? And if it is an argument, it's about 5 minutes and we moving on. It just ain't even worth it. So a queen is wise. She is strong. She is resourceful. And the fourth thing a queen is, and these are not exclusive, y'all. I'm just giving y'all some little morsels that you can chew on over these next couple of days as you standing into your queen status. But the fourth thing is that she's confident. Boom, drop the mic. Wakanda forever. A queen is confident. And let me say, y'all, you will have times in your life where you are on shaky ground. You are not sure about yourself. You may be questioning what you've done. You may even be questioning who you married and whether he's the right person or not. Let me tell you something. We talked about this about a week ago. You know you have married the right person if you said yes to him. So remove that out of your vocabulary. Is this man the right person for me? You said yes, so then he is the right person. So you just got to make it work. You have to be confident in your ability to be able to be a queen. You are by nature a woman, so guess what? You queen of life. You have the ability to give life. And for women who are not able to bear children, that don't mean you can't be a queen, sister girl, because you can be an auntie, you can be an adopted parent, and that takes more, to me, courage and strength and restraint than to love somebody else's child that you didn't give birth to love them unconditionally and give them a better life. Sheesh. Let me tell you something. If you are an adoptive parent, kudos to you. You have elevated to queen status, because that takes a love and a patience and of unconditional giving, and unlike anything else. Like, you, kudos to you, and I applaud you, and I say thank you, because it is a thankless job to be an adoptive parent. So for all my adoptive mommies out there, and for my queens out there who cannot have babies, guess what? Don't ever think that you are less than. The Lord has an awesome ministry for you to do, and it may not be bearing children, but guess what? You can definitely be a surrogate mommy to somebody. You can be an auntie. You can be a best friend. So don't let your lack of being able to produce a child from your womb stop you from being a mother, because you're still a mother. I'm just saying. All right. So you are resourceful, which basically means you don't take no for an answer. Queens don't take no for an answer. We figure it out. We don't go crying, talking about, I don't know what I'm going to do. We figure it out. We take what we have in our hands right now and ask God to multiply it. Use wisdom, be confident, be resourceful, be strong. Oh, I think I added that one in there. I added resourceful, didn't I? Oops. But yes, ladies, we are wise, we are confident, we are strong, we are resourceful. All right? So elevate yourself to queen status. Love your Black Panther. Hey, Kim. Love him. Honor him. Be good to him. Be patient with him. Allow him to be vulnerable. And guess what, y'all? Elevate to queen status. No longer settle for petty stuff that don't even matter. If it ain't happening in your kingdom, and your kingdom is right where you live, where you lay your head at every night, that is now going to be considered your kingdom, in case you did not know that. This is your kingdom. And your husband, your spouse, your significant other is your king. And then that makes you his queen. And so what are you doing to make sure those characteristics of a queen are coming out? You want to make sure that you are always in a place of being wise, of being of courage, of confidence, of resourcefulness, and of strength. And remember, we ain't talking about strength, talking about I don't need no man to do this, we're not talking about that kind of strength. We're talking about inward strength that says, you know what, even if I don't need him, I'm gonna let him know I do need him. Because men need to be needed by you. And I know y'all think that's a crazy, I don't even know what y'all might think. Y'all women different from me, because let me tell you something. I like to encourage my man, and I like to let him know I need help. So yeah, I do give him the jar to open up for me, because I just let him know I do need you. I need you. I don't, if he ain't around, I ain't gonna ask him. But if he's sitting right there and be like, oh babe, can you open this for me, please? He finds honor in that, because he gets to help me. So don't for 1 minute think that because you ask for help, that means you're weak. It doesn't. That's a lie. All right. I hope this was helpful to somebody. And I really encourage you guys, if you have not already, to see the Black Panther movie. The soundtrack is off the chain. The costumes are off the chain. The people are beautiful. The message is beautiful and refreshing. And I challenge myself, and then I am challenging you to elevate yourself to queen status, to walk as a queen, to think as a queen, to respond as a queen, and to represent yourself and your kingdom, your kids. Those are the legacy that you're leaving. Whatever they see you doing right now, that's the legacy that you're leaving, ladies. That's what you're leaving. So let's hope that you're leaving a good legacy. Hopefully you're not talking bad about their king, their daddy. Don't do that. I don't care if you got to go stuff a sock in your mouth. Shut your mouth about their daddy. Let them figure it out that he ain't that good. Don't you tell them that. All right? Don't do that, y'all. All right. I hope this was helpful. I've been on here long enough. But as always, y'all know what to do. Please share this video. What are we doing? I don't even know. I got so much going on, y'all. I can't even call it from day to day. I am just trying to be obedient to whatever God is telling me. So I hope to be back on here regularly Monday and Wednesday, and we may add in a Friday. Please inbox me your questions of what you want to talk about, anything related to relationships, sex. Y'all know I love that topic, because that's just what I do. I'm the marriage, sex, and relationship guru, and it's what I do. So, and I will talk to you about stuff that people are not talking about. If it's difficult, I get it. I get that. But guess what? Life is difficult. What that mean? What that mean? Let's just be real honest with each other and do the best that we can to love each other well. Take care of your household, because it is your kingdom and your legacy. Until we meet again, I am Jacqueline Andrade, your marriage, sex, and relationship guru, and I am the queen of Andrade land. Have a good night, guys. Thanks for watching. Share the video, please. Bye.